Hi, Gene Burnett from GeneBurnett.com. Thought we'd talk a little bit today about standing meditations, which are a part of Tai Chi practice in a lot of schools and a lot of traditions. And generally they involve holding a position for a long period of time. It could be like this, or it could be like this, or it could be like this. Actually, any Tai Chi position from your form, if you want to take like a single whip position like this, or raised hands, or parting horse's mane. Any of these positions can be used as a standing meditation position. One of my favorites that I like is just to stand with my weight on my back leg, and my hands are basically in a circle, but my lead side, in this case my right side, is going to be in front of me a little bit like that. So my hands are on my center line, my palms are slightly turned away from me, my arms are circular facing me. If I was on the other side, it would be like this. So I'm not really like this, not like that, but kind of in between here like that. So there's a lot of different ways to approach these things. There is kind of a fiery method where you're largely almost like extending your energy out like you're on fire, and you're going to like burn away your impurities and kind of let go of any extra tension by almost kind of burning it away or focusing it away. There's a more watery approach, which is to be soft and relax and just let gravity and the position itself kind of help you let go of tension and just kind of release and relax into the position. And of course, being a Tai Chi person and kind of a watery person by nature, that's the kind that I prefer. But my take on standing meditations is a little bit different from some other teachers, and I don't think I made this up, but I just want to share it with you as a little bit of a different way to approach them and see how it works for you. So first, what I call bone level. The bone level of anything is the basic postural alignment and the basic core of what you're doing. So here I want this knee over the toe, for instance. I want there to be a little space here. I don't want this crowded. So I want some space. I want to sit into the crease right here where my hips are. I don't want my pelvis forward. I want my pelvis basically level, so I drop my tail a little bit, lift the spine a little bit so I'm not collapsed and crumpled there, but not so far that I'm out like this. So it's kind of in between. My arms in a nice, comfortable, circular, round position like this. So when I first have this position, this is bone level. I've got my structure. Now the next step is what a lot of people do who do these positions, and that's just to relax and soften. So where I was kind of light and held here, I want to soften and relax and feel very, very heavy. And I'm just like my arms are being supported from below, just enough to support it. And this is a great practice, and I did this for years, and a lot of people do this and never do anything else, and this is a good practice. You hold this position for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, the tension will come up, and you just keep relaxing and softening and relaxing. Of course, this leg has to do the work, so it's not relaxing too much, but everything up above is relaxing. What I like to do is to take it to another level, which is to go to the energy level or the joint level. So it's not just the bones aligned, and it's not just the muscles heavy and relaxed, but I want to suspend my joints. And that means that every joint in my body has at least a little bit of wiggle room, a little bit of motion in it, almost like I'm a mobile hanging in a very, very slight breeze. If I exaggerated it and made it big, it's like even though I'm in this position, even though this position is basically staying the same, my joints are suspended and soft and loose, and as though each one had a string holding it up from above, and I was a really heavy puppet. So I'm not only aligned, I'm not only soft and relaxed, but I'm also floating a little bit in the joint. So there's a slight amount of movement. And if I keep that movement going the whole time, just a little bit, I'm making it visible enough that you can see it, but it can be really small like this so that you'd hardly see it at all if you were looking at me from any distance. What that does to me is it keeps the joints open. If I totally relax them, and they'll go kind of slack, and they might even fall asleep. You know, my nerves might be pinched a little bit so that my arm falls asleep. Or if I'm really, really tight, it's a similar kind of thing. The joints are closed because they're tight. You want them open so that the nerves can travel freely, nerve signals can travel freely through the joint. So you have your sensory nerves bringing information to your brain, and you have your motor nerves that are ready to act and make you move your muscles going the other direction. So you want to try to keep them both active. So you have not only kind of a good posture and a relaxed posture, but there's this slight amount of motion in the joints. Now when I'm doing this, I don't usually do it at, with this much motion like that, but I want to keep at least a little bit of motion in there. And then I can connect to my breathing. And when I connect to my breathing, I think about my joints all subtly expanding a little bit like this when I inhale, and then subtly contracting or softening or shrinking when I exhale. So each breath fills my lungs, fills my rib cage, fills my body, and relaxes and softens. Yeah. Then I'm free to think about the intent of this particular exercise. And the intent here is pretty easy. It's just to remain in this position and be as relaxed and responsive and unforced as I can be. So I want to try to embody Tai Chi by being in unforced balance. So that's my intent. So it's fairly easy to get that that's what I'm doing. It's hard to do, of course. It's hard to execute because we have thoughts, we have preferences, our minds wander, we have all kinds of stuff going on. So I just gently remind myself that that's what I'm doing, and I bring my focus to that intent and try to be as relaxed and soft in this position as I can be. I think true neutrality, where you're really completely neutral and completely responsive, is virtually impossible for human beings. Because neutral means no agenda, no past, no future, no preferences, no anything. You're just here, completely in the moment, ready for whatever comes next. You're as ready to die as you are to go on with the form. And that to me is a pretty unattainable ideal, at least for long periods. You can have moments of that, but rather than think that I'm supposed to be perfectly neutral here, I focus on what I'm aiming for. That's what I'm aiming for. So what I try to do is work on good posture, work on softening and relaxing, then the big one, work on suspending the joints, connecting to my breath, and then I can focus on the intent of being as responsive and neutral and sort of Tai Chi-like as I can be in the position. Doesn't matter what it is. If you're in a single whip position, establish your position, soften and relax it, and then suspend the joints. And give yourself a little bit of wiggle room in each joint. So each joint is gently, slightly randomly moving with just a little play. If you notice a tense spot that's not moving, relax it and soften it. I think if you do it at that level, you'll find that you can do a standing meditation for a while, and the whole time you feel like you're kind of in the midst of a Tai Chi form, like you've just paused between movements, and you'll have this responsive, I can go anywhere. If you stand here like this and just totally relax, in order to move, you kind of have to get up and out of the inertia of that heaviness. If you do it really soft and relaxed, even if you were doing it for an hour, you should be ready to move at any time because you're already in motion. It isn't like the new impulse is going to set you in motion. You're already in motion. And when the new thing comes, you just respond to it. So a few tips about doing standing meditations. If you like this kind of thing, please subscribe to my channel. I do Tai Chi videos, some nature videos, and lots of music videos. And visit my website, GeneBurnett.com. Thanks for watching.